So I'd like you to hear from one of our clients and teammates. This is Reid, and what I'm most excited about is first off is when you get a chance to talk to Carl, you can feel his excitement. And Carl, I know that you're on. What I'd ask you to do for everybody here to go up to your settings and hit speaker settings so that you can see and hear from Carl. What I'd like Carl to do, if you wouldn't mind, Carl, take a moment and tell us a little bit about your background. And before you do, if I can just make one comment, it is an honor for you to share your story. I know that you've served, you're a patriot, you've served our country in the Marines, and are actively engaged with your community. I want to say thank you. And if you wouldn't mind, would you share a little bit about your life and who you are with our team?
Thank you, Bill. It's an honor to be part of the team and be part of the Vitality program, especially. Next month, I'll be 64. About 8 years ago, my health and wellness adventure started with quitting smoking after smoking about 20 years. I got real sick one day. I think I had the flu really bad, and I just decided to quit. And I told my wife the next day, I'm going to run a marathon. And she's a very smart lady. I'm not saying that just because she's on today, but she said, no problem. I'll call the insurance company to make sure the premiums are paid. You get your cardio done, So I went, and it was hard to get started with doing stuff. I read reading a book recently called Atomic Habits over this period of time. And it's just about something you said, Bill, before about making small changes. So every day I would do a little bit of something, just walking a little bit. So for the last 8 years, I've been, using the health and wellness guys as a platform to inspire people in the community, not to just do, running and things like that, but to just inspire them to achieve goals, and just in general with doing stuff there. So since that time, I've run quite a few marathons. I'm a slow runner, but I get the job done with doing stuff there. But I have to say that part of the Vitality program, I became a member just this past October 9th. And what it did was it actually brought my health and wellness, I think, to a different level, the next level, in terms of rounding it up. And when you talk about motivation, the rewards and incentives, they certainly are part of that process with doing stuff, but just being able to, again, start out slow. And I'm making my wife crazy these days. So I'm like, I got to get my steps in. Even if it is just walking. I only really run a couple of 3 times a week. I don't run a lot. But walking is important. She's a walker too. So that's something we have a commonality with doing stuff there. But I just have to say that, the Vitality program for me has been really, really, it's kind of nice that you'd be able to, feel like you're really getting rewarded a lot for the different things that you're doing with doing stuff there. But I'm having a good time doing it. I started October 9th. I think I was 217 pounds, and I weighed myself a couple of days ago. I'm 205.
That's fantastic. It's funny, Carl, you brought up a very interesting point. Is every one of the people that are part of our program have found themselves at some point in their evenings where they look at their watch and they're like, I'm literally 800 steps away from 10,000, and they start pacing around in their kitchen, or they go out for a quick walk to walk the dog one extra time. And the great part about it is just that little extra benefit or that little extra effort ends up making a huge impact in their life. And more importantly is you are a true testament to your commitment to your health, and we really appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind, talk to me a little bit about, or tell us a little bit about, what are the things that you find most intriguing and useful in the Vitality program that has motivated you?
That's a great question. And believe it or not, I actually enjoyed the sections where I had I took the courses, the tough courses that talked about nutrition. I think there's quite a few of them there, because I certainly learned things that I didn't know. So, I adjusted my diet, and that contributed to feeling better, eating lean stuff. I eat a lot of salmon these days, but I wouldn't have known that without that. So I thought that out of all the things that was the most educational, and I felt good about it. I'm still doing it, actually.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Carl, if you wouldn't mind, is there any last thoughts? Because there's a lot of people here that are actually, this is their first time hearing about the impact of this program in their lives. They're maybe the first real interaction other than they had a teammate from FinFit Life come on over, share with them about our story, what we do, how we do it, and they invested in this product and service. What would be one of the thoughts or things that you'd like to share with them?
I think the most important thing is to take baby steps with doing it. You don't have to do anything major. You know, my stuff is a little extreme with what I do, but nobody has to do that. They can start real small. You know, when we think about it in terms of just being around our house, when we go shopping, you know, walking across the Walmart parking lot, all of that, those little baby steps that we take with just physical activity, that's all you have to do. You don't want to stress yourself about it either. You know, just do what you normally do. The goal, I think, for the most part, is to be in motion more than being, you know, than being sedentary or being, you know, sitting on the couch doing things. You know, it could be something as simple as, you know, maybe you're hanging out on the couch there watching TV, but when the commercial comes on, you can walk around the room. You know, it's that kind of thing. You know, so it can be just those very basic things to get started with doing it.
You know, Carl, that's great advice. Great advice. Well, first off, Carl, thank you again for sharing your story. Very honored and privileged that you're part of our organization. And, you know, Carl, you are, I know that you've been part of the organization because now once you've found out how helpful this program is, that you started to help other people do that. And how does it feel that you're now able to share this with other people to help them maybe change their lives?
I think that's, for me, is the most important thing, is to be able to lead with the vitality program when we're talking about stuff. I'm having a good time when I go to the grocery and I'm getting my fruits and vegetables, to see the look on the cashier, and I said, I have a vitality card, and they go, what is that? You know, so it starts a conversation, and they have to call the manager over. You know, it's like that starts another conversation, and you know, and I get to explain to them how that works. You know, usually end up leaving a business card for another conversation.
That's great. That's great. Well, Carl, if you wouldn't mind, thank you very much. We love that you keep sharing your stories. Please continue to keep up the good work, and we wish you the very best.
Thank you.